There it's going.
It's going now?
Now it's going.
All right, well, come on over.
Hold on, I gotta adjust this. It's, whoops.
Uh-oh.
Pop out. Woo!
She's adjusting. All righty. We are there. High fives. Booyah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are ready for another exciting and soon-to-be classic Sunday Night Live with the Big Family Homestead. Yeah! The crowd goes wild. Boom, boom, boom. There's explosions. And there's free tacos for everyone.
Really?
So, ladies and gentlemen, I have a jam-packed list of things
and stuff
that we need to talk about. This is important stuff. We have got, there's a big announcement tonight, actually.
No.
Yeah. Well, you know, you're in on it.
I am?
You're in on it.
Oh.
We've got a big announcement to make, and we also have an even bigger guest coming over.
Yep.
As Brad pensively strokes his beard. Yes, we have got a lot to cover, so Mama, would you say hello to people?
Hello, Margaret, Jane, Tiffany, Curly Jen, Wild and Wonderful, Mega Candy Lady, Julie James, Ann, Life Unwired, Larry Collins, Helly Bodie, Shatana, sorry if I brutalized that, William, Adaptive Maritimer, Paula, Cindy, Danny, Lisa, Darlene, Rick and Alicia, 180 Degrees from Average, Donna Terry, 886 Jules, Alicia D, S. Federly, Premium Mom, 2 twins.
And many, many more. We are so very grateful you've chosen to spend your evening with us.
Yep.
So we're going to do our best to make it entertaining, fun, and hopefully informative and not infectious in any way. That's the important thing. No infections. Okay, stuff. Recapping the week. Our taxes are done. We had to file an extension, and we've just been kicking the can down the road, to be honest.
I've been procrastinating like nobody's business because, you know what? I hate filing taxes.
Hate.
Loathe
entirely. There you go. There's the first movie quote of the night.
It is one of those things that I would rather have splinters shoved under my fingernails than do taxes.
Really?
Yes.
Would you rather fall out of a tree onto a rusty rake?
Yes, actually I would.
Would you rather chew on Keith Richards' socks?
Oh, God. Oh.
You know, the Stones, man.
Yes.
The Stones.
Yes, actually.
You'd rather chew on that than do taxes.
Yes.
Okay, you've got some serious issues here, honey. I'm learning this is new. We've been married 25 years, and she'd rather chew on sweaty socks of an 80-million-year-old rock star than do taxes.
Yeah. I have been doing our taxes since we got married, and I hate it.
180 Degrees got the first booty coat. Bam!
Yeah.
It is the Grinch.
Of course, now the last 10 years, I've been using TurboTax Online, which has made it a million times easier. But this year, we're self-employed, and so we have to do all kinds of itemized nonsense.
It's a song. It's a dance.
What was that?
I don't know what that was.
Sounded like a pipe.
Sounded like Nana might need to go outside. Woo! All right. So that's done. That's
goodness.
done. Let's see what else we got on here. We went to a garage sale or 2 or 5 a few days ago.
Was it only 5? I think it was like 7 or 8.
We got some great deals, guys.
Yeah.
And we'll share with that in the video, but this is one of the cool things. We're going to share some of this with you tonight. This is great. It's a treasury of wit and wisdom. 4,000 of the funniest, cleverest, most insightful things ever said. And every time I open this silly book up, there's something that either makes me giggle or go, wow, that's cool.
Right.
So, but we only got this for 50 cents.
Right.
Hardback. Crowd goes wild.
The cool thing about this area is they have a newspaper called the Shopper. We call it the Shopper. The Shopper. And they advertise in this big half-page ad of all the yard sales that people have advertised for in there. And usually we find a couple more along the way, but we route it out. You know, okay, let's go to this one, then this one, and this one. And it works out really well, and it's fun.
Ooh, that's a hard one. Bumblebee. Bumblebee Junction. Yes, yes, I would with a goat. Yes, yes, I would in a boat. Will I here or there or anywhere? Yes.
Right.
All right. So, but there's some good stuff coming up with that. And also, we have made some changes in the way that we have approached social media. You guys obviously know that we're on YouTube, or else you're really, really confused and have no idea what we're talking about. But I've honestly pushed back on a lot of the social media for a long time, just because it seems like every one of those, you know, programs, apps, whatever you want to, however you want to spin that, they all take a good amount of time to get in and understand and then build a community. And you only have so many hours in the day. And I found that like a lot of those social media things, they become black holes of time. So, and you didn't want to offend people by like not friending you or not liking you or this or that. So what we've decided we're doing is Claire is actually going to be helping out with that as kind of like a, you know, fund money kind of thing. We're going to take care of her stuff, and she's actually going to make sure everything's updated. It's still all us.
It's still us, but she's helping us with it because she's
it's just
a teenager and she knows how to do all of that stuff.
And as much as I hate to admit it, because I'm a tech guy, she's faster than me.
Right.
She's faster than me. So in the description down below, we're doing Facebook now, Instagram, Twitter, and is there another one? That's in the list below. Check it out, sign up. We greatly appreciate it. Now, our chickens.
Twitter, Snapchat.
There you go.
Facebook, Instagram.
There you go. Our chickens have been through the ringer this summer. Good feed, bad feed, changing diet, changing their trough, changing this.
Yeah. They're rocking it though.
Yeah?
Oh my gosh.
Well, we had a video done with Prepster Bob this week, and it was on that egg roll box. And as much as I would love for it to be true, it did not dispense actual egg rolls.
I was really disappointed with that.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
So if you got one of the magic lamps and you're wishing for the genie thing, a real egg roll box would probably come in handy. Yeah. But we did that video and it was really great, and I was just so happy to see that it benefited a lot of you guys, and I think we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But it is also canning season.
It is. If you can see behind, well, kind of behind Brad, there are 24. Actually, they're not full quarts. They're the 1.5 jars of green beans. I like that size. They're easy to wash when you're done with them because they're the wide mouth size. And 2 of those is perfect for our family. 2 quarts would be too much. 2 pints is too little. So this is 3 pints would probably be fine because that's 2 of those is 3 pints.
Yes.
So 2 of those is perfect for our family, and so we have 12 meals of green beans.
But we've also done corn. We've also done applesauce. We've also done apple butter. And there's still a lot more to go through.
Well, and we're going to make corn jelly, too.
Yeah. Have you guys ever heard of corn jelly? I had not until we well, no, when did we find out about that? Oh, when we were showing about the canning stuff.
Right. Somebody had made a suggestion, don't throw those cobs away, make corn jelly. We'd never heard of it before.
Yeah.
So it sounds really, really good. And we talked to another friend of ours today, said it's really delicious. So
yeah, corn cob jelly.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of a little bit apprehensive because that corn soda that we brought home from the Mall of America was flat out disgusting.
It was gross.
It was like, imagine like sweet butter in a soda.
It was nasty. So we'll try it. We'll make 1 batch to see if we like it. And if not, we won't ever make it again. Yeah,
I was looking up some recipes today, and you treat it just like pretty much any other jelly or jam.
Right.
And I kind of think it would be good on something savory like a biscuit.
Yes. Pancakes would be good. What else? Waffles.
Hold on a second. Cooking with CJ. You're a cook, obviously, or else you wouldn't name your channel Cooking with CJ. Never heard of it.
No. Well, it's not I don't think it's a very common thing.
I don't know.
Who knows?
So we are smack dab in the kitchen. Will be a mess for the next 3 weeks, nonstop.
And that sends me over the edge because there's no organization. It's just stuff everywhere.
Doesn't take much. Good. Good. Would you like a mint?
No.
Okay.
I do not want a mint.
It is my job to push those buttons every once in a while. So.
Every once in a while?
Yeah, sure.
All the time.
Don't forget, we've got a big announcement coming up here, but we are going to move on to the channel shout out portion of the evening. Yay! More explosions. All right. So as you guys know, we have come to the space in this broadcast where you are not only encouraged, you're expected to shout out channels. You can shout out your own shameless plug for the next 2 or 3 minutes. Go for it. Krista's going to try to read as many of them as she can. Who you're listening to, who you're watching. Maybe it's just you. Shout out. And that way everybody can see your thing. On your mark, get set, go.
Recipe Archaeology, the Deplorable Choir.
That's interesting.
Nice. Gavin Weber, Onion Jelly. That's not a website, but that would be yummy. Hardiness Approach, Wild and Wonderful. The Texas Boys, My Wyoming Life, South Main Auto, Lumina Acres, Out of Goshen, Mommy Saurus, TA Outdoors, Adventure Dawn, Demo Dawn, Roots and Refuge, Living on a Dime, Green Country, Wild and Wonderful, The Adaptive Maritimer, Deep South Homestead, Full House Homestead with Homestead Mama, Really Big Monkey.
Really Big Monkey?
Living on a Dime, Zachary Bauer, New Tutor, The Weekend Homestead, Two Family, Living Traditions, Yonder Beza Homestead.
There you go.
Oh, got it. Grace Shalom Hopkins, Heritage Homestead, Out of Goshen, Linda's Pantry, Our Wyoming Life, Guildbrook Farm, Needy Homesteader, Art and Bree, Haywire Homestead, Taco Stacks, as well as Kitchen.
And many, many more. Feel free to keep plugging those channels, but right now, we're going to tell you our channel shout of the evening. And you may say, Brad, your channel shout out, that's kind of not really fair. I mean, it kind of, you should. It goes without saying. It's just not fair. Well, and that's because of this. We are going to shout out our daughter's channel, Living Like Claire.
Yep.
Because we are just unbelievably blessed by this young lady. She's not here tonight. She's actually at a concert. And,
yeah, she's at a 10th Avenue North concert.
Yeah. So they're not here. So if any trolls come along, then I'm gonna have to do it myself, which means it'll be a lot slower than Claire. But Claire is just a cool kid, as you guys know. She's one of those innocent souls that she just wants to actually do the right thing.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much she's been very close with God lately, and it's really making her go from a teenager into a young lady, a godly young lady, in a really amazing and awesome way. And we're just very grateful that she's on the team.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, and the fact that this kid loves to can is awesome.
Yeah. So if you don't mind, please open up a tab and go ahead and sub to Claire's channel. It's Living Like Claire, as in spelled Clare.
Yep.
And if you don't like it, well then you get your double the money back guarantee. So corncob jelly. Thank you, William. Yeah, look it up. It's a thing. I couldn't believe it. The way you make it's kind of weird though.
Well, and Norma, I think, put the instructions in here. Here's one of the corn cob recipes that was published in Taste of Home. 12 corn cobs, 4 cups of water, 1 package of fruit pectin, the powdered fruit pectin, 4 cups of sugar, and yellow food coloring. You really can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, what I saw was you go ahead and cut your corn off to can it, or freeze it, or whatever you want to do with it. And then you take those cobs and you put a bunch of them in water and you boil it for a long time so that all that juicy corn goodness comes out.
And then you strain it.
Yeah.
Because I don't really want chunks of corn in my jelly.
Well, some people said they did.
Some people, that's fine.
But we're going to give it a try. So if it's bad, I fully blame the internet. So, yeah.
Nice.
All right. So, we forgot our quotes.
That was the only one that I could find. Or that one. No, there was that one. That one's for later.
Okay.
That one stood out. It's funny.
We have been trying to take some of the comments that we get, and if they really stand out, we write them down and we'll share them with you guys, because some of them are just like incredibly witty. Some people are incredibly thick. I think that would be the kindest way to put it.
Is that with 2 C's?
Oh yeah. But some of them are just comments. So we have this goat birth video, and it's getting a lot of views all around the world, and you can kind of tell where people are not, English speakers as their first language. And the video is the goat having a baby, and this person named Jesse O'Neill Williams, he made a comment on the goat birth video, and his comment was, "I'm glad I'm a boy." Yeah. I thought, great.
Yeah. Can you excuse me for just 1 second?
Where are you going, Mama?
I'm gonna go shut the screen off over here.
Oh, is it causing a problem?
Yep.
It's causing a problem. Okay.
And I apologize for that. I usually try to do that, and I forgot.
Mike DeFazio, maybe it will taste like sugary corn pop cereal.
I saw that.
Maybe. I don't know.
So,
all right.
anyways, I hope that helps.
It is time. We're actually going to be hitting our main topic early tonight. We're going to start it right now because, like I said, we have a guest who's waiting right over there. But he's going to have to wait. He's going to have to wait. So there you go. Actually, we just gave you half of the whole clue away. It's a he. It's not a she. Could have been a her or a him.
Right.
Okay. So here we go, guys. How many of you, I'm going to ask this question. How many of you have seen or know of YouTube using its authority and rightful authority to either block, censor, demonetize, or channels content? Have you guys seen it firsthand? Because we have. And I want to talk tonight a little bit that. 180 Degrees says, yes, we have. You know what? I think we got to back up and say, first of all, YouTube is a company, just like any other company, and they have the right to do this. It doesn't mean I have to like it, but they have the right to ban whatever speech they want. It's their company. Right. So I feel like it's important to say that first. But ever since they started changing the whole YouTube thing, when they made it so that a lot of channels got demonetized because of the minimums, and they changed the rules, then they've been changing, morality, and they're censoring stuff. Like, give them an idea of some of the videos that we either got blocked, censored, or demonetized.
Our goat birth video.
A goat being born.
Right. And then we had them manually check it, and they said, nope, still unsuitable for advertisers. Really? Okay. Was it the sofrito? Or the sazon?
Sofrito.
We were cooking something, and they said it was unsuitable for advertisers.
And it was just basically, here's 5 ingredients, and here's how you put them together, like a cook would do.
Right. Well, apparently this particular advertiser didn't like that.
Not just one.
I know.
But we've had all kinds of videos blocked and censored, even like cooking videos. It's like, what are you talking about, people?
Yeah.
And anytime we mention anything that's somewhat political, we're rolling the dice. I mean, you guys know we don't talk about political stuff much.
Right.
But once in a while, we'll say something. Here's another example. We, I was shocked at reading the news about there was this whole pedophile thing going on, and they were trying to make that into society as okay, and I made a video saying this is not okay, and I was they blocked that one too. And it's like, who can disagree with thinking that's a bad thing? Yeah. So
yeah, Dan821 says they're only banning conservative views. Well, and you know what? They have the right to do that. It's a privately owned company. They have that right. We just don't like it.
So here's what's happened. These videos, it's happened to us almost about 30 times now. Because we've been doing YouTube for how long?
3.5 years.
And so it's hard to go back through each video, even though there's, we got like 1,500 videos. So you got to go back through and you got to find them, and then it's like, well, why did they do this? Because then you can challenge them and say, no, this is good for the public. But they've constantly said, no, it's not going to happen. So here's the thing. Some friends of ours, some friends who also have channels that you guys will probably know, An American Homestead, Zach over there, he and his lovely family are awesome. Yep. YouTube was hassling them so bad that he couldn't do anything about it. It was just like, okay, well, what am I going to do? So he moved over to Patreon. Viking Preparedness, Pastor Joe Fox, he's done the same thing. He'll still put out videos on YouTube, but it doesn't seem like there's a safe, you know, this is funny. I'm going to use a buzzword. There's no safe space if you don't have the opinion that they have. And once again, they can do that, but they're also giving the general public the guise of being fair and open and that all opinions matter. That's not true. We're seeing that that's not true. And so here's where we're at. Do not think that we are leaving YouTube, because we're not. Nope. But what we are going to do, because I really feel strongly that we need to be doing a lot more in the area that YouTube would consider not good for advertisers. You know, survival stuff, preparedness stuff, food storage, you know, Second Amendment issues, what's really going on in the world. We can't say any of those things, or it's just gone. Right. And so what our plan is, and we hope that you will come and check it out, is any of those topics that we pretty much know YouTube will say, we're going to put them on Patreon. Yeah. And also, so for the folks that are going, I don't have any money. No, relax. Anything that we do that's religious in nature, Christian in nature, that will all be there for anybody to watch for free. There's nothing involved. It's just any of this stuff that's a little more prickly for YouTube will be on Patreon. A little heavier. We're still going to put out our regular YouTube videos, but it's got to change. And I'm sorry that I'm talking so much.
Oh, no, it's okay.
The thing is this, guys. I seriously believe our country's in a really world of hurt. And I believe that we are being switched on to an awareness that stuff could come apart easily and fast. Which is one of the reasons why we're doing this. So here in a homestead, learning how to grow things, learning how to take care of yourself. Basic life skills that most people just don't have anymore. Right. And we need to be able to have the freedom to share that with you without it being taken away or blocked or whatever it needs to be. I want to be able to talk to you about, for example, I'll be putting out a video either tomorrow or the next day on Patreon on a big company whose name rhymes with Monsanto, maybe Monsanto? Sonmanto, yeah. That they recently lost a lawsuit to a guy who's pretty much dying of cancer because of some chemicals that they produce and have been telling the world that they're safe, and they're not. I'm going to drop it there because I pretty much think that even what I just said is enough to get this video blocked.
Most likely.
And it may be. But we want to have that freedom to be able to talk with you guys about what's going on, because I believe our time is short. Yep. I don't think that all of this trade of information and ideas and thoughts is going to work very well for the people that are in power. Because if you have the freedom to say whatever you want, and I have the freedom to say whatever I want or listen to whatever I want, then I don't have to conform to what they want me to hear, what they want me to believe, so that they can control the narrative. Because if you can control the stream of media and information, you can rule the people very easily. Right.
180 Degrees from Average says, I had the chance of interviewing Dr. Don Huber last week. He was one of the scientists who helped win that case.
Which we will not talk about tonight.
No.
Maybe we could just refer to that company as like Voldemort, you know, he who will not be named or whatever. It's he who will not be named.
Right.
So, Bumblebee Junction, will you please put out a video when you make the move, partial, explaining how to find you? Well, here's the thing. It's real easy. Patreon.com/Big Family Homestead. And I've already put out a video right now that's up there right now that's half of the story of why we're here, how we got here, how it all went down. And that's actually up there right now. And we're going to continue just letting you know. So if that's something that you want to get into, we wanted to make that available to you without feeling like we can't do what we really want to do because it's just going to get censored or blocked.
Right.
So, and for the people that are like, not really my thing, I like watching your garage sale videos and stuff, that's fine. We're still going to do that. I just don't want anybody to feel like they're getting slighted. It's more information, not less.
Right. Okay. Dan is saying that they're already there. You can find it in the description box.
Yep. So I didn't catch any questions if anybody had any. But, so that's going to start immediately. It's actually right there right now.
Right.
And we're going to start using that platform so that we can speak more openly without fear of retribution.
Thank you for the option of watching your non-approved videos on Patreon. Well, thank you for watching them.
We are very grateful, guys. Okay, so that said, we're there.
We're there, man.
We're there, man. Do you wanna move to part B?
I will leave.
Well, hold on. We have a very special guest.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
But should we even ask him? Because I bet you there's 10 people that have guessed already.
Actually, Joke VV1 already guessed it a while ago before, so.
Yeah. So we have, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Prepster Bob. Boom, boom, more explosions, more everything. Can you check the camera mama to make sure, because he's much taller than I am?
Yes, I will.
He's much taller than I am. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I present the accused. No.
Yeah,
We're good. Yes. Now, before we get too deep into this, can I tell the story of how we met you?
Oh, yes. If you want to hear the... Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Well, you can give your perspective then, too.
Yes, that's what I thought.
We are new to Wisconsin at this point. We've only lived here for about 4 or 5 days. And we had to go to Wausau, because that's the place where things and stuff live that you want to buy and consume and whatnot. And we pull into the driveway, and there's a truck that pulls in behind us, and we're going, who is this? Because we don't know anybody.
Dun, dun, dun.
And I'm like, yep, I'm good. Okay. So he gets out of the truck. Big dude, don't worry, I'm not a weirdo. I know your channel. I'm like, what? Well, first of all, that was not probably the most reassuring thing to say. But that's how we met, and it's been great fun and a humongous blessing getting to know you. And I don't know, let's just say it this way, guys. He has a wealth of information that I've only barely skimmed the surface of. We did the chicken videos, and he's been helping with stuff like that. And you live here, which is an amazing help to us. And I want to say thank you. And also, you have got a project you're working on.
Yeah, we'll get to that in just a second. I just want to say thank you for Big Family Homestead and to Brad and Christa, because to be honest with you, Prepster Bob wouldn't exist without them. They've been such a huge encouragement. The whole stalking them thing was hilarious. Because, well, Mrs. Prepster Bob and I have been praying for a number of years. We've been homesteading full time since 2003, and we're different. We're born again believers. We wear our faith on our hearts and on our sleeves and on our hands. We just have been for a lot of years praying that God would send somebody through our area that had similar passions. And it was probably a month before you guys, all of a sudden on my YouTube channel, or on my YouTube streaming, a video came up. Watch this about the Big Family Homestead. They're having troubles in Ohio. And so we started praying for you guys, and well, we just, maybe one of these days we could be a help. And all of a sudden, a few weeks later, they had a video about a festival they went to, and it's like, oh, hallelujah! I know where that's at.
That's
and
awesome.
That's when I showed up on your driveway. It says, ta ta ta.
It was really funny and a huge blessing.
It was. It's been a blessing for us, and just yeah, those of you that have been watching forever and ever, you already know. I mean, they have a big heart. They love their family. What you see on camera is the same thing that happens off camera. It's a huge blessing, and their willingness to learn has been a huge encouragement to us, because there's a lot of times, and I try to do it in a humorous way or an adventurous way, and a lot of people just don't want to hear about it. But it's been a blessing to find somebody that we can actually work with. So, and we're thankful for that. And the biggest thing for us is their love for the Lord is more obvious, even more so off camera than it is on. So that's been a huge boost and a blessing for us. So praise the Lord for that.
Well, thank you. I don't take compliments.
I don't either. So next subject.
Okay, next subject is this. It was my idea to have him come on tonight, especially since we knew we were going to be talking about YouTube, and we knew we were going to be talking about Patreon, because this man here has 30 years of experience in all of the stuff that we're trying to learn. All of the self-reliant skills. I mean, there's too much for me. I'm bottlenecking here at all the different things he's helped out with around here. Everything from the snowplow, welding, and this and that, and building, and he's going to start making cool videos on YouTube. But he's also going to be on Patreon for very similar reasons.
Yeah, over the last year since we've gotten to know the Big Family Homestead, I've increased my research, if you will, on YouTube and the algorithm. I must have watched 1,000 videos on that. And I've been in a lot of these big companies, large companies that I can't even mention, and I've sat in these boardrooms, and it's not a criticism at all. They have the liberty to do that. I understand that. But, YouTube's made almost 200 changes to their algorithm this past year alone. So it's just a means or method for them to control their finances. The fastest way a company can make money is to not spend money, and so that's what they're doing. And Brad and I have talked about it. Over the last year, we've watched their view count slowly go down, even though their subscription rate is still going up.
Yep.
And it's been troublesome, because that affects the bottom dollar. So when they were encouraging us to start a channel, it's like, well, that's great, but ours is going to be more educational based rather than entertainment based. And so how can we do that and reach a wide audience and accomplish that?
And yes, everything he said, yes. And another one of the reasons why I wanted to bring him specifically on tonight is because you guys have heard, as long as we've been doing the channel, we need to be building community.
Absolutely.
And that can happen sometimes over email or sometimes Skype or whatever, but we still need those physical people, the relationships, where you're at. So that when things get weird, you have some help. We are all about the rising tide lifts all ships. And once again, I don't want to get too crazy about where we're going as a country, because you guys know it. And to find the people in your area that you can work with, who you can trust, and start to build that community, the better. Because there's a lot of things that he's really super good at. And there's a lot of things that I'm really super good at. Absolutely. And they're not always the same things. So I can help him in ways that he cannot do for himself easily or without paying money, and vice versa. And so tell me where you want to go with this in the first stage of your plan.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
The thing is, and one of the verses I quote a lot is, there's safety in the multitude of counselors. So when you're talking about a community, it's just basically a group of people that are not experts. I mean, we've talked about that before. An expert is just a has-been drip. But, when you get together with a bunch of people with different experiences that you can relate to and help each other out, it helps to bear the burden, to spread out the load, not fall into pitfalls. And for us, our love has been, we started initially prepping prior to Y2K, But we began homesteading, bought our first homestead in 2003. And that's where we came up with the idea of prepsteading, because beans, bullets, and band-aids just weren't going to cut it.
Yeah.
So we started doing ways to replenish our food supply, and that led us to having a quality food supply, which led us to having we shifted to, instead of just a homestead, we also have a retreat as well. And the blessing is doing this channel is we're trying to share, I mean, based on your encouragement, trying to share our knowledge and experience with as broad a base as possible, so that we can get a community on the internet of people that are ready for the things that are to come.
Yep. So now, for those of you who may not know, you have several videos already up.
I do. There's 30 some already. I've been basically plugging away videos for the last 3 months, just to kind of test the waters to see if there was a desire or a want for this type of information. Because, like I mentioned, it's educational based. I mean, for example, one playlist that we have is how to buy a homestead. It bothers me when I see channels come out and say, there's 3 things.
Three things to buy a homestead.
Buying a homestead.
Yeah.
There's like 300.
And I messed up on all 300.
Yeah, it's just that series is just a simple introduction, which is 10 chapters, 15 videos on things to look for when you're looking for a homestead, to help people to bypass some of the pitfalls that come from having a homestead. And then the series that we're starting now is emergency planning. How to do things to get your children, teenagers. I mean, I got a video coming up on how to get your teenager to put his cell phone down and pay attention to emergency planning. Oh, it absolutely is not.
No, ours do.
Seen them do it.
Yeah.
But it's just a whole entire series. It'll probably be a dozen videos on that. But being an educational based channel and understanding YouTube and the algorithm, Brad and I talked about some different things that we could do. Putting a lot of your censored or demonetized videos on Patreon so that you have access to another platform.
Yep.
And so the idea that we came up with was for us to promote our channel, which, by the way, the egg roll box, I mean, we had a huge bump for us, so we're praising the Lord for that. But I want to go one step farther. Anyone watching this, if you're a prepper or a homesteader and you have a social media platform, whether you've got 1 subscriber or 1 million, don't care. It's just, you have to understand, we have a passion and love for this. And my desire is, if you work with me, I'm willing to give a 2-hour free phone consultation and walk you through some of the issues, troubles, or ideas that you have on your homestead. And in exchange for that, what I'm asking for is just 3 simple things. Number 1, if you haven't already, go to Prepster Bob on YouTube, look at some of our videos, go through them, see what you think. If it's something that you enjoy. If you have questions, email me at prepsterbob@gmail.com, and I'll do my best to answer some of your questions. So that's step 1. See if the content is worth recommending. Number 2, second step is just shoot a video or, recommending people would go and see Prepster Bob and see what they think. Or even better yet, get a hold of me and we can do a 2-way collaboration like you're doing with us, so that people can see both sides of the homesteading. And if you do that and put us out there on social media to help us reach our passion, like I said, the step 3 is this: just send me an email, prepsterbob@gmail.com. Let me know that you did that. I'll check it out, and I will schedule with you a 2-hour, up to 2-hour phone consultation and walk you through some of the things that maybe you're facing on your homestead or in your preps. Share some experiences and get to build up this community even better, because it's coming.
Yeah. So to recap, they can email you at
prepsterbob@gmail.com.
And you're going to have a video outlining this?
I do. We do all of our video releases on Friday. I'm working part-time for cash flow, so it's best for me to have my videos done during the weekend, and we post them Friday morning. So most people watch our videos on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning. So that Friday morning, it'll be out there, and kind of explain a little bit more about this in detail. And also the other thing that I want to do is, a lot of you, if you're a prepper, a homesteader, like I mentioned, you have a social media platform. You could even send me an email, and I'll respond to you with an email and a short little introductory video to explain what's going on, and we can just start that whole process.
Cool. One quick question. M. Jones. Oh, it's a Glock Gen 19. Glock 19 Gen 4.
Yeah, mine are 1911s, but anyway, that's a different story. Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, so now before we say goodbye to Prepster Bob, because, you know, I like you and all, but the scenery's really got to change.
Oh, I know. I'd rather see Christa.
Yeah. So, okay, here's the thing. What do you think could stump Prepster Bob? A question. Here we go. We're going to put you to the test, brother.
All right.
You guys got to come out.
Corn jelly.
Corn jelly. No, but I want you guys to ask the question, or at least give me a topic, and then I can make it up. Either give me a topic and I'll make up a question, or you just are really good at typing fast and you have a question.
That's why I want people to email me, so I have a chance to think about it, but we'll try it.
Well, we will see. Oh, Jennifer just subscribed. She did.
Nice.
All right. How many nuclear weapons are located in Grand Forks Air Force Base?
Ooh.
That's pretty narrow right there.
Yeah, it is. I've been to some of those silos, but I can't discuss that. But I don't know how many specifically, but I know it's a lot less than it used to be.
I would say enough.
Enough.
Can you build a solar oven?
Oh, absolutely. We have a whole section called the Prepster's DIY, and if you want to email me some ideas and suggestions, solar ovens, cakewalk. I can show you how to build them for free.
Here's another one. Dan Salandras, what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Both, if you read the book of Genesis.
You're not going to get that on regular TV, people.
No.
All right, so making soap. What do you know about making soap?
That Mrs. Prepster Bob does an awesome job at it.
What do you like best about where you live, says Anita?
Big Family Homestead.
Oh, come on.
You'd have to watch the videos for buying a homestead, but there's a whole entire section I have on finding the right amount of water density, population density, food density, and there is a section in the United States that is just swimming with resources, and this is one of those areas.
It truly is. And I see that we've gotten a billion questions here that we can't answer all. However, you could answer him individually if you email. Sure. So, ladies and gentlemen, we give you Prepster Bob.
And let's have Christa.
Yeah, we need better. It's just
better anyway.
Well, you know, I don't want to get confused and lean over.
Oh, no, let's not do that. Love you. Thank you.
So, please, thank Prepster Bob. Go over, sub, watch them videos. And you know what? Here's a good idea for you guys. If you want to really help him get his watch time going, a lot of us leave our computers on all night. And what you can do is get a playlist, his longest playlist going, and just hit play, because you're going to be sleeping anyway, and it doesn't matter, and that way it'll benefit his channel a lot.
Right.
So people are thanking you. All right. So anyway, Prepster Bob's a rock star in my world. Yeah. So a couple things. This, let's see what time we got. Quarter till. Yeah. All right. One quick thing for those of you who purchase Thrive Life products or you are interested. There's a big sale coming up, and I actually kind of caught me off guard because I didn't realize it at first. But they're doing a back-to-school sale, and a lot of their good items are 50% off.
Yeah, there is a lot of great items. It's a back-to-school sale. Excuse me. There's a picker page, which I don't know if you have the link for that. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, so there's loads of things, and that starts on August 27th if you're, sorry,
22nd.
August 22nd if you're a consultant, August 23rd for everybody else.
And it goes to August 27th.
Right.
And so that's all we're going to say about that. It's 50% off and a lot of good stuff. and you can save a lot of money if you get in on that sale. So here is the thing. The book that we got. This has been a lot of fun reading through some of these things. And I got to tell you what. Let me see if I can get you guys to guess the comedian that I'm talking about. Because he's been dead for a while. And I'm just give more description, and you see if anybody comes up with him. He's an older gentleman, and even though he's been doing comedy most of his life, he was most popular when he was really old.
Yes.
And there's no way to do this. It's George Burns. I was just thinking, there's no way to really do this.
All about the journey. I guessed Robin Williams, which, yeah, I think Robin Williams has been funny his entire life. Yep, George Burns.
So, George Burns, this is like quotes of wit and wisdom.
These are great.
George Burns says, "When I was young, I was called a rugged individualist. When I was in my 50s, I was considered eccentric. Here I am doing and saying the same things I've always done, and now I'm labeled senile." Isn't that great?
That's so funny.
How about that one, Mama?
All right, so this is John Lithgow. I love John Lithgow. He's so funny. Time sneaks up on you like a windshield on a bug.
Okay, Jerry Seinfeld. Of course, he's going to say something interesting and fun.
Right.
"My parents didn't want to move to Florida, but they turned 60, and that's the law."
Okay, Nancy Astor. I don't know who this woman is, and I'm going to look her up when we're done. "I used to dread getting older because I thought I would not be able to do all the things I wanted to do. But now that I am older, I find that I don't want to do them."
That's funny. The last one out of this book, because this is great. Lucille Ball. Remember her? She is so talented.
What?
"A man who correctly guesses a woman's age may be smart, but he's not very bright."
Yeah.
So, 50 cents at a garage sale, people. Get out there and get some deals.
Yep.
So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are actually done a little bit early, so I want to make sure that you know that Will, over at the Weekend Homestead, is going to be going live here in a little bit. And jump on over there and show him some sweet loving in the comment section. Give him the hoochie woochie, swoochie woochie, you know, typing the good compliments, the sugary sweet stuff. Would you like a mint?
No. Maybe some banaka.
Yeah. You know what she's thinking is she's like, he's just like a wind-up toy. Just crank him up. And
there you go. Why do you think I just sit here and...
I cannot be held responsible for the words that are coming out of my mouth.
Oh my gosh, yes.
No.
Yes.
I'm a millennial.
Far from it. Your oldest son is a millennial. Give me a break.
Snowflakes in the wind. Exchanging glances. No, I'm mixing up 3 different songs right now.
I have no doubt.
All right. So, thank you guys so very much for coming over. We are going to switch gears now. So, for those of you who want to hang out, we're going to Jesus land. We're going to talk about some stuff and we're going to pray. So, if that's not your thing, I understand. We want to be respectful. So, if you got to go, hopefully we'll see you back next week. But here we go. You've been warned. Prepster Bob, I do not think it's an error or mistake that a lot of people are getting concerned about a lot of the same things at the same time. In my mind, it's a reflection of Joseph's story in the Old Testament, that he was, you know, in front of Pharaoh and he was given this ability to interpret dreams, and he basically was the first mega prepper that was out there, because he basically saved the whole nation and in turn saved the nation of Israel.
Right.
And I don't think it's a mistake that we're all kind of going, you know what, maybe I should have some food put away. You know what, maybe we should have chickens. You know what, maybe I should start to learn the names of the neighbors around me for one. And I just got to tell you guys, I do not think it's a mistake. And my encouragement to you would be, if you're feeling that on the inside and you're just like, you know what, I need to do this, take a step. It's not all going to happen at once, but take a step. But before you even do that, I would ask you to really, really analyze where you're at with God. Because all the preps in the world are not going to do you any good if you don't have a relationship with Christ. Because it just won't matter. It's all blah without him. And so, for us, for our family, we choose to serve the Lord. And we hope that you will make that decision and you will allow him in, because this world is nothing without Christ.
Right.
With that, let's go ahead and say a prayer. Father God, we thank you so very much for all these people that have come. I hope that they're able to pause for a minute, and that you would encourage them and show them how much you love them, and that you want all the best for them. You're not a God who is distant. You are a God who wants intimate relationship with us, that we truly seek after you, and it would not be something plastic, not just occupying the space of a pew, but that it would be a real impacting relationship every day. We choose to seek you, Lord. Forgive us and change us from the inside out. We love you, Jesus. Amen. Don't wait, guys. You don't know if we got a day or 10 years. So with that, adieu.
Adieu.
Parting is such sweet and sour.
Right.
Yes. So thank you guys for coming. Have an awesome night. Krista's going to go.
Good night.